The Belarusian up against maybe his toughest opponent of the season thus far.
You know, Ben, Alicia, I have a hard time liking Alicia, and you know why? And this sounds very mean, and I actually don't really mean it that mean, but I have a hard time liking someone who named himself Alicia.
Okay.
You wanna know why?
Why? Did you date someone named Alicia?
No, worse. I've had like 2 sort of serious girlfriends in my life. One of them was called Alice, and the other one was called Alicia. Oh, Alicia. And neither of them was very good. And if you mix like Alice and Alicia, it's like Alicia. I have a very hard time liking someone with that name. Well, actually,
this
like
brings back all the worst memories.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Alice wasn't that bad. I'm being a bit mean right now. But she was pretty bad at the time.
She's watching your cast right now.
Yeah, she actually watches every now and then.
She misses you. She's like, oh, I want to get back with Roddy.
He
was the love of my life.
Well, hey, I've been in love of many girls.
It's like she's flown in. She's at the house waiting to surprise you right now. You walk in, she's like, so, you don't like me? My name brings back bad memories.
No, I was just kidding, of course. But I just thought it was funny. I mean, what are the odds of that happening? Name the names of your 2 previous girlfriends, Ben, and think about a StarCraft 2 player nickname who comes close.
Jennifer.
And?
Man, I don't know that I've had many like steady girlfriends.
Maybe you had a Lucy, and then you could have like Lucy, and then the fur of Jennifer, and you have like Lucifer, which is a common name for players. And I actually played a guy on North American Ladder called Lucifer. And one of the best Warcraft 3 players of all time was called Lucifer too. So if you would have ever dated a Lucy, that would have been the case.
I've never dated a Lucy.
Well, I know a Lucy, a temporary date. Never mind. SeleCT is our red Terran spawning in the right bottom side of this map. And EG's Thorzain is our blue Terran spawning in the left bottom side of this map. What's that, Ben?
I'm just trying to figure out where you were going with that joke.
Intel Extreme Masters, Kiev.
Oh god.
Both players scouting right now.
Oh man.
We have a refinery opening over here for SeleCT.
Before anybody thinks badly of me, my girlfriend was there for that party.
Yes, that's true.
I think she sponsored that that little
adventure.
Never mind.
Both players opening up with a refinery band, so we might actually see a benchy opening from either side.
Yep. Might be.
Second refinery is going down for SeleCT right now. Stop being so off topic, man. Start focusing on the game.
What are you talking about? You did this to me.
What? I just made like a small.
I was like, what is he talking about? Oh.
Lucy. Man, Lucy was a loved figure in Ukraine, but many of the Warcraft and StarCraft pros. She's a inspiring actress. Comment setter is going up for Thorzain now as well, so it's not going to be anything super funky. Starpoint going down as well. We see SeleCT on double refinery too. Wait, he was already at double refinery. Sorry guys, and Thorzain is only at 1 refinery. Ben, you distracted me. I love what Thorzain did over here, by the way.
I distracted you.
Yeah, because you haven't said anything for like the 2 minutes and you're just grinning.
Because every time I open my mouth, I get myself deeper in the hole, man.
You did nothing wrong. I just made a small fun reference regarding, because you said Jennifer, so I just tried to make a name which sounds like Jennifer. Or what is something I could do with Jennifer, and then I thought of Lucy. And I was like, yeah, Lucy. I remember Lucy.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello, Kevin. Ukraine like you very much. Oh, thank you, Lucy. I'm
if you come visit me, I make more money than in 10 years.
Hey, that was not the case, Ben. Dutch people are known for being very greedy. That's true.
SeleCT opening up with Cloak.
I bet that's something you didn't know about my country, right?
Well, I've seen you tip, so.
Oh, really? So you're actually going to say that I'm greedy? Okay, I'll never talk to you again.
No. Kevin is like the least greedy person on the planet. That's totally unfair of me to say that. But sometimes he does leave bad tips. Before I taught him how to tip. Now he's a good tipper. Yeah.
Thorzain's lowering those depots. Try to trick selecting the... Ooh, look at Thorzain, by the way, Ben. I love it. He's getting the fake upgrade, so just in case that SeleCT is going to scout him. And SeleCT's going to worry about Cloak Banshees. He doesn't actually have to worry about Cloak Banshees. Seems really... The caduceus reactor.
That's right.
Researched.
Yeah, that's medevac energy. It's just a fake. And wow, Thorzain, I love what you're doing. Getting a Raven right away, realizing that SeleCT may be up to some shenanigans. He's hit the nail right on the head. Yeah,
SeleCT, of course, went Cloak Banshees and look at the Banshees saying, well, Thorzain saw that, right? Yeah.
But the problem now is that Thorzain's got his expansion and SeleCT is
No, but Select's expand was way later on Antigua as well.
It's going to be so hard for him to do damage, though.
Well, seems like these two players had a pause. As we already mentioned before the best of 3 started, this was not a live best of 3.
Yep, it was replayed. Or this is a replay. The game was played. I believe it was earlier today.
Oh, it's very fresh. Select his cloak is ready right now, but we see the cloak bench coming in, but just at the same moment the Raven pops out as well. So how effective is his cloak gonna be? The bench takes so much damage. Beautiful defense so far by the Thorzain.
Yeah, but good job by Select keeping this Banshee alive for as long as possible. Might be able to get a couple more SCV kills as the Marines are out of position. 1 SCV falls, 2, 3.
Come on.
3.
He could take one more. He could take one more. Big
if he shoots a Sublime Depot.
Both players apparently suffered some lag in this series. That's of course always saddening to see, but fortunately for us, so far the game is being played out.
Yep.
Everything seems to be fine.
53 supply for Thorzain, 51 for Select, who's just going to try to end it here with a big 1-base push, a little 1-1-1 action. He went...
that's crazy. He added a lot of additional Rexes, so this is pretty much everything or nothing for Select. He's not pulling SCVs yet, though.
Yeah, which is maybe a little bit silly if you're going to go...
He doesn't have Siege, man. Select does not have Siege. He's making an on-Siege push. While Siege is almost ready for Thorzain, we see a bunker over here as well. I don't see this going wrong for Thorzain.
Now Select starts Siege, so it looks like he had forgotten it. This could be a catastrophic. I mean, I think he should just cancel it, send his SCVs and go. But there's so many Marines out for Thorzain. I don't know if it would make a difference.
And Thorzain knows that he's in great shape as long as he doesn't get all in. He is going to get all in, but then he still might be in good shape because all he has to worry about is one more final go. So Thorzain once more, I love it, Ben. Just sending out a few Marines, confirming that what he thinks is happening is actually happening. I love that. That marks a truly good player.
Yeah, I wish that Select would continue with the Banshee harass, though, as we've seen Thorzain's put all of his units to the front. He's committing to defending this push. The Banshee in the back could be pretty brutal.
Thorzain right now at 38 SCV, Select still at 28. We have enough energy for a point defense throw as well, so that could help out a lot too, just to keep that one Viking alive.
Yeah, one Viking with PDD will probably be able to trade pretty effectively against the Vikings of Select. What if Select landed the Viking next to the tank on the high ground?
I don't think Select can do anything, man. It's 40 armor supply against 39. Every second that Select's away, there's a second that's not working in his favor because Thorzain is mining so much more. The PDD did just go down, and because it's most likely going to be a long-term PDD, it will even be extra useful because we can already see it regenerating energy pretty quick.
Finally, Siege finishes up for Select, but Thorzain just has air supremacy right now with the point defense drone, with the 3 Vikings. Man,
PDD is so good in a situation like this. It's insane how good it is.
Yeah, incredibly, incredibly helpful. Vikings going to try to come forward once more, but PDD again shuts them down. Oh, finally a shot goes off.
But this is like Select is not actually putting some actual pressure on Thorzain. Select is still 1 base. Thorzain right now, Ben, is on 47 SCVs. That means that he can basically pull 27 SCVs and still come out even in the fight.
Well, actually, Select will finally win this little Viking skirmish, but there's so little chance of him breaking the front. He is trying to
already
expand.
more army supply, Ben, and he can lose 20 SCVs. He has more army supply, and he's able to lose up to 20 SCVs.
Select's still trying to persist with his aggression, but he's taking tank shots.
I mean, look at the beautiful positioning of Thorzain. He's already sieged up. He has that bunker over here. Just now, Select is going to fall back. He did build a command set. He should build 1 more at least. He has the money for it, so he might as well. I don't think it's going to work, Ben, but he has to try to do something. And just with a single base, you're not going to come back into this game.
You're right. He's not going to come back by just being like, okay, I'll expand now. He's going to have to double expand. And again, his macro slipped in the midst of that, so perhaps because of that, he could afford to double expo.
I just think that Select completely lost everything that he had planned for this game after he forgot Siege. I think that just completely threw him off his game, and he had no idea what was happening anymore.
I also feel a little bit that he just lost the build order war. Because Thorzain was so well prepared for what came out.
Of course, that is super important. When you open up Cloak Banshee and you're just only able to kill 2-3 SCVs, that's just often not worth it. And look at Thorzain right now, researching cloaking fields. So he's going to try to go for Cloak Banshees himself. Where is that Starport? Over here on the left bottom side.
Going to be hard for Cloak Banshees to do a whole lot, though. Select does already have turrets up in his main base.
Yeah, I think more against drops than against Banshees, but it works against both, of course.
Yep. Right now, Thorzain dancing around the map a little bit. Select is controlling the center, and we've seen this on Shakuras a lot of times. If you can control the center, even if you don't have the same size army, you can really buy yourself a lot of time.
What I'm just worried about, Ben, is that SeleCT doesn't have enough Vikings to really hold the middle, and Thorzain doesn't have to wait for super late game. He can drop the point defense room once more, and Thorzain can take 1 or 2 shots from those siege tanks, and he will still be able to come out victorious in the fight.
Yep, SeleCT forced to retreat back into his natural because... I'm sorry, SeleCT were forced to retreat back because Thorzain's army is just so much bigger. Tough spot to be in for Dignitas SeleCT. Even though these 2 Marines on the tower are bosses. They had a bit of a skirmish, but they won.
Yeah. Oh, 1 HP Marine, man. Even on his all day, he can't catch a break.
They're not going to win the last fight. I mean, reinforcement's not going to get it done either.
No, Thorzain it's just been so far ahead throughout this entire game. It seems like he's gonna just try to stim in. I'm not sure. He doesn't have to do this, of course. I mean, I can't blame Thorzain for playing the way that he does, man. He's called the spoon terror, and in this way, but on this moment, it just makes complete sense. He's so far ahead. He's still gonna try to make something happen.
Viking's gonna absorb some turret shots, and even PDD being used there for these turrets.
So that looks actually really cool.
Yeah. One of the cooler looking things is kind of like Ghost Snipe, just the coolest sound and point defense turret, the coolest graphic. Shooting down those missiles. SeleCT trying to come and muster a defense. Vikings in a terrible position. That's a painful loss for Thorzain.
6, 7, 8 Vikings, man. Look at those 2 Marines.
What is going on here?
Misrally of the century.
I got this, guys.
Okay, well, we stay over here on the low ground. You guys come into the front. Are you sure that's safe? Yeah, it's safe. Just go, man. All right.
Go for the sneak attack.
Just go behind them. And they did somehow pass through 2 tanks in the bunker.
That's like a Billy sneak attack. He's like not fooling anybody.
Those 2 Marines were Metal Gear Solid and Solid Snake.
The SCV's like, hey guys, why is your uniform blue?
Or Splinter Cell, I meant. Solid Snake and Metal Gear Solid is the same stuff.
It's like the cardboard box disguise. Like running up the ramp.
Couple of Marines ready over here. I mean, Thorzain just puts out. This kind of reminds me of the DreamHack final ban between Pold and Thorzain on Shakuras, where Thorzain had this sort of contain on Pold. It was an exact identical scenario, and Thorzain just kept expanding, and Pold was basically forced to mine out of his 2 bases and then just go for it. But yeah, needless to say, that did not go very well.
Yeah, Thorzain just opts to throw down the hard contain. And while he has taken his own 3rd, this is brutal spot to be in if you're SeleCT. He's behind in every possible way.
Ooh, SeleCT! The last thing he could have used was misrallying a couple of
doesn't help.
Marines. Gonna end up losing quite a few Marines right there.
Cloak Banshee gonna go check out the main base. SeleCT's got quite a few tanks, Kev. He's got more tanks than Thorzain, in fact.
Yeah, he has 8 tanks, but Thorzain has double the amount of Marines, and I'd rather have 1 tank less for 25 Marines more.
Banshee also gonna get shot down.
Yeah, and right now it doesn't really hurt Thorzain anymore to use his cannon. I like this a lot by Thorzain. He's gonna pick up these siege tanks from SeleCT over here on the high ground, and I think these tanks actually cover this area. Ooh, that's so well done. Gonna be close. Scan goes down. Wow, beautiful control by Thorzain.
Yeah, really top notch. No SCVs with this push, so we can't repair those Banshees, but
look at the minimap, man. You don't see it?
Oh. Awesome.
They're kind of uneven though.
A little lopsided.
Need a little surgery. Do we have a plastic surgeon in the house? Scan going down on either side.
Not like, never mind. Never mind.
What do you want to say?
Nothing. I was just talking about the missile turret guy again.
Yeah, liar. We see a Tor in production for Thorzain as well. Thorzain just having this absolutely brutal contain on SeleCT, and there's really not much else. I mean, neither player can do much. I mean, Thorzain could potentially roll in, but he could give away a sure win. And this is a super important best of 3 for Thorzain. He's 3-2 right now in this. No, he's actually 3-3 in the season. If he wins this ban, he has a great day. He went from 2-3 to 4-3, and suddenly all the playoff dreams are still alive. And he's actually a serious contender for one of the top spots in this division.
Yeah. Also a $300 day means he can go buy some new shoes.
Well, that's pretty expensive shoes, man. Still being used, SeleCT trying to pick up those Banshees with 1. This is so smart by Thorzain, man. Like, these tanks are covering this little area, so these Marines can't really get there. Try to pick up those Banshees.
Yeah, Thorzain really doing this well. There's now only a single tank covering this ramp, so if Thorzain was going to go, now would be the time to do it. Looks like SeleCT's going to try a big drop back in the main base of Thorzain, maybe 16 Marines, but Thorzain's even ready for that, man. Look back at his main.
Doom drop, man.
Yeah. There are units in position.
Thorzain is king of these situations, man. Would you call this spooning, man?
He's invincible.
Invincible. Thorzain still 60 supply ahead. Army supply is around 50 ahead. Scans going down. I mean, I like SeleCT's fighting spirit though, but I just don't see a way that he's ever going to be able to win this game. Look at Thorzain, he's even dropping the fusion core, so we might actually see some battle cruisers.
Little skirmish at the bottom half of the map. SeleCT's going to win that fight, but only until Thorzain can back up to his tank line.
Medivac's going to take a lot of damage.
Those Marines are so fast. What if you could run faster than an airplane?
Yeah, man, I want those rocks. If you take this, you outrun Usain Bolt. Well, sounds like a plan. And give me a gun too. I'll be the best soldier ever. Man, imagine if like...
Or the best criminal. Give me your money, take it, and then like run away. The cops are like chasing you in their car and you're going faster than them.
And you have a gun. It's like you're just shooting at the cars. The cars like trying to speed up in the highway. Like you see one of those like American chases, you know, with the helicopter, and you like outrun the helicopter spotlight and the car. And we're like, it's a superhuman.
You run really fast, jump up, grab the helicopter, like swing onto a building.
And then you just like go to your office and you like put your tie correct. All right, hello guys.
Welcome to the North American Star League.
And then your boss walks in and is like, oh, good to see that you're on time today, but why is there a machine gun on your desk? Oh, no worries, boss, not planning to use that anymore.
Why are you here early today, Kev? Stim pack.
Long story, man. SeleCT did go through the rocks, man. He's going to try to make something happen over here, but Thorzain is just an overwhelming amount of forces everywhere. He's going to be able to take this out with ease as well. You can even see the Thors joining in.
Yep. Thor is here. Not all that necessary. We might see Thorzain actually doing some drops now.
This is such a frustrating game for SeleCT though, because he wants to do something. He's trying so hard to make something happen, but Thorzain just has absolute map control. He's everywhere. He has both Cell Naga watchtowers, has a unit over here, has sensor tower, has visions of these mining bases over here.
He just senses these drops. I think maybe the medevacs flew over the two Marines.
Yeah,
At the,
this Marine shot at it.
Yeah.
As we can see, this medevac took a little bit of damage.
And Thorzain is here once again. Sees everything. How frustrating is this when you're playing as a player that's just on top of your every move?
Yeah, but in a situation like this, I mean, Thorzain right now starts even researching nukes, and we do see the first battlecruiser in production as well. I admire SeleCT's fighting spirit, but I just don't think it's going to be enough this game.
Wow, Thorzain. High ground Marines.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's so cool. It'd be kind of fun to be up there, like on that hill. It's just like shooting fish in a barrel.
Man, I missed the old Shakuras when you had like the Roxy.
Oh yeah, that was very balanced.
Man, actually for Zerg it wasn't that bad.
What?
What?
Are you kidding me?
What, against Protoss? Yeah, it's never good for a Protoss to
talk to me right now.
Why would that be good for Protoss?
Because Protoss can just expand here and then walk here. And
yeah, no, but if it's
no way that you can do anything about it.
No, but I mean if it's force cross.
No, never good. There's a nuke falling somewhere. No, it's at the front. So this is how SeleCT's going to break in. Sucks to be that medevac.
I mean, of course, if you like spawn right bottom, left bottom, it was very good for Protoss. Like the two bases were very hard to stop.
Wow.
But like if you go forge expand and the player is cross, you have to worry about your rocks as well, which wasn't good for Protoss. Thorzain sieging up right now. SeleCT's gonna try to make something happen, but he just loses everything straight away. SeleCT calls GG, well played. And Thorzain, man, has a big day in the NASL.
Yeah, wins 2 games, moves him up into
one on the top 3, top 4 of the division.
He will be vying for 3rd place, depending on the result of Lowly versus Alicia. A win there, and Thorzain is... If Lowly beats Alicia, then Thorzain's in much better positions.